Hopefully, okay, you can see it now better. Okay, so I was discussing the symbolism of the raised leg resting on something here, which is like a unified base pair of two separate individual unified things. You see the whole here, I mean, whole, it's wholly one. So it's making up the two bases, like with, obviously it's two halves to the creature. What it's suggesting is one of the, something in the code is pretty much reliant, or there's an installation there that's reliant possibly on copying from the original, and it seems to be something within the hybrid code. So just wanted to show you, I'm not just tripping. So the symbolism goes, so that was like some ancient griffin, probably from Babylon or something, who knows, ancient Iranian possibly, but it was mostly hawk-headed, which we see related strongly to Horus as well. There are very ancient depictions of Horus in Sphinx form. So hopefully you've seen the different types of sphinxes, and we see here Horus, and I think it's supposed to be Seth, and that looks like Thoth. Maybe this stuff up here has a clue, or, anyway. But you see here, once again you have the base and the leg up, and same as with the sphinxes. So they've got some tethering something, we know, like, DNA is like a zipper, it comes apart, there's all sorts of knots and things that do and undo. So, and then I related it to here, once again you see the dual nature. I've discussed the dual nature of these deities on this side, and how these are more unified, they're whole, one, or whatever. So of that dual nature, like the griffin or whatever, or us, so even we've got like a dual nature here, we can see it in us as well. But being in the middle, it's like showing that, how genetics are important. Like we're in the middle of this balance here, like it's resting on us in a way, something, genetically our bloodline, we're part of the vine of life. But you see the animal like associations here, it's actually doing them damage, so it's something we have to watch out for as well. Autoimmune function, if it relates to nature, when nature sparks up, like you see over here, we've got our griffin is more like Horus, the beak, got that bird influence. It's like, it looks pretty aggressive, but it seems to be under control. No one over here is worried about it, about these designs. So I don't know, they've perfected something, and yeah, these guys haven't really got it. So when it comes to design, it can be done in conjunction with something that's pretty damn dangerous, it seems, and has effects. Creating hybrid species, I'd say, like, Lion Man or something, like, pretty sure it was created. And you're looking at crutches, like installations in the genetic code or something missing in half of the base or something, half of the base pairs, like, I've been looking at viruses, foreign installations, like, they could have used that even as a defense mechanism to keep the species under control, or make certain links in there. So, and we got it's interesting because the broken code, like in this picture too, how we see the division, and there's two major base pairs over here either side. You got the broken code here. Obviously we're not like this when we're like, Queen of the Damned over here. I'm saying that broken code is in us as well. It's something we have to be aware of. Yeah. And, I believe at this time, in this day and age, there are certain times we have to become aware of these things. They're not visible on the surface, which from where this this picture is from, in the tomb of Tutankhamun, it's highly suggesting. It's saying look beyond the surface of things. I guess I'll show you this. So you see the two animals here either side. I don't think I showed this too well. Basically you got the two parent creatures, and so they've separated. You got the offspring, how talked at the end of the line, like Horus at the start, and say King Tut at the end with his counterpart. So you got like a doppelganger in the tomb and of sorts. Horus being the original jewel, and then so you got the bird, the part of the hybrid separated from the mammalian, like as with the griffin and Horus or whatever, if you want to see it. But over here you got still like the hybrid. So you got the two parent species, but the hybrid, you can see the hybrid features, specifically this weird long neck and the mammalian head, but that's not the same as the parents. So you can see what it's trying to describe. Pretty sure that's even Egyptian too, even if it's not. And you see these long-necked creatures, hybrids, so yeah, unnatural, natural, and they've worked to separate the species into what they're meant to be individually, uniquely. So yeah, it's part of the the old Tower of Babel kind of thing, part of the separation. We're unique in ourselves, want it, as well. So separation might not be a bad thing. You know, it's like the dog star thing. Like we've all got a common ancestor in a way. We're all separate parts of it. Just like the dog, all these separate species of dog is like the main ancestor is the wolf. But yeah, the many vines. It's interesting, very interesting. So I think that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, there's the plant, like association when it comes to genetics. We've got all this jazz up here. So we've got some blooming plants. This is all supposed to represent genetics and like consciousness, hidden types of fertility that relates more to consciousness. Oh yeah, I might read that actually. That could be cool. So yeah, this is from Hebrews. Yeah, immediately after the incidents connected with the rebellion of Korah, Nathan and Abraham, I think, against the leadership of Moses and the priestly primacy of Aaron, it became necessary to indicate and emphasize the divine appointment of Aaron. So they're trying to say, is he really king or whatever? Therefore, at the command of Yahweh, apparently, Moses directs that 12 almond rods, one for each tribe with the prince's name. So almond rods were dealing with plants and, associating it to divinity, divine bloodline or whatever, I guess. One for each tribe, and the prince's name engraved thereon, placed within the tent of the testimony. When Moses entered the tent the following day, he found that Aaron's rod had budded, blossomed, and borne fruit, the 3 stages of vegetable life being thus simultaneously visible. When the miraculous sign was seen by the people, they accepted it as final. Nor was there ever any question about Aaron's priestly right. The rod was kept before the testimony in the sanctuary ever after as a token of the divine will. The writer of Hebrews, blah blah blah. Okay, so the rod. Okay, we go back to Egypt again. How I said these rods and 3 stages, budded, blossomed and bloomed, but we see at the main stage of fertility there's a break. It's the same I showed in the other video, how at the stage of maturity it shows like there was genetic malfunctions in this King Tut corpse we see in the tomb. So it's showing you the broken genetic code. That's all I can say. And like for the Hebrews too, it's like, oh wow, the budded, blossomed and bloomed like some almond rod tree. Yeah, wow, okay, that proves he's king or whatever. I mean, it sounds stupid to us, but to them who understood this hidden language that very ancient people were aware of, seeing it as a divine omen, and forever, they keep it as a token in their legacy. So yeah, there's origins there. It's no one has to convince me of anything. I can see it for myself. So yeah, there's a bit of biblical stuff tied in. I know you just love it. It's always interesting when things like that pop up, and like, yeah, when you can use it in actual history, it's, yeah. Okay, so that was pretty much a triple follow-up of a follow-up. Hopefully I can leave it there and move on to another subject.